Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now,
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
Well, it was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your name. It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips. Let me do your hair. I got my new haircut. Y'all like my new haircut? It's befitting. It's befitting. It's befitting. The topic today. What's happening, Blacks? How y'all doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, aka Key and Lolo, coming to you live and direct. Yes, KRS-One is coming to Cleveland, coming to Akron. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be going loud. I might get up on the stage with some bars. I might get up with some bars about cutting off your hair. What nobody tells you. We're talking about like 160 something episodes, maybe 80. I don't know. So we're up there, anywho, with these episodes. It's going down tonight. It's all about cutting off your hair. What nobody tells you. That natural hair movement. 25 years in. I'm Ladosha Wright, and that's my PNC. That's right, my BMF, the one and only Cheryl Morrow, the AKA the Hair Oracle. And we have Yah Tay, the barber. Wait a minute, hold on, Yah Tay. I ain't gonna bring you in just yet. Yah Tay probably in the green room eat some chicken or cleaning off her clippers or something with this topic. But if y'all don't have her book, y'all best to get on out this chat. That's all I know. Remember that? Remember Morris Day, you don't go upside your head if you don't have this book. What song was that? They probably don't even remember. Morris Day. When she was like, warning. I'm trying to warn you, sweet mother Jesus. Everybody rock the body. Ooh. Hey. Everybody walk. Hey. Y'all remember Morris Day? 1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell are you fighting for? Company, fall in line and get that book. What book are we talking about? That's right. Shameless plug all day long is going to our homegirl, Yah Tay, the barber. She's going to be joining us in a moment because we about to get this party started talking about some y'all cutting off y'all hair because that natural hair movement had folks doing all kinds of stuff. Now, I got some books, a book that I bought. This one, the natural hair movement was like it was in the thick of it. Anybody remember this book? Twisted. Oh, my God. Oh, she's in the UK, the biracial girl. I was like, what is y'all writing? What's up, Kay? How you doing? What's up, Sandra? What's up, everybody on Instagram? Yeah.
It's that.
So 25 years of the natural hair movement, and we would be some kind of not good hairstylist and podcasters if we just didn't rock this out, a whole year, 25 years. Like next year, they going 1776, 250 style. Now, what us black folks gonna do? I say we all dress up like slaves. It really pissed the white people off. We should do it. Like, don't beat us back. We should really just act a fool on them. Like, we was not free. Just everybody go start buying chains and stuff and then ask them, why did your ancestors enslave us? Like, what are you guys going to do about this? We should just really start questioning them and just have some really hard conversations 250 years since they don't want to teach us anything about it. We should be doing all kinds of reenactments of, let's just, wait, why did they rape us?
About? And what was this about?
Yeah, we should just do some. Let's like you know who I really want to get? That motherfucker plucking Thomas Jefferson. I'm gonna tell you all the truth. Michelle Allen, a real celebrity. What's happening? Our virtual co-host is in the chat. Yo, Michelle, that's what I want to do. I want to play Sally Hemings, and I want to ask him. I ain't old enough for you to be doing what you doing. I would just want now. I want who want to play Thomas Jefferson since he was conflicted. You know, if they keep saying, you know, and she wrote the 1619 Project and made it seem as if no white people were trying to help Africans get free. Clearly, they don't want to contextualize it. So I say for in 2026, right? 250 years. I'm down. I'm talking about we should have some change. And white people be like, what the? Y'all want to know why we got that little pimp, all these chains y'all had on us. That's why we was walking like little pimp, that little pimp walk. We got to go ahead and explain some things to these white folks out. They going to be like, oh my God, we should act like we ain't going to school. I can think of a whole bunch of reenactments that we could just really confront white people. It's 250 years later. So y'all don't want to talk about it in the books. Y'all don't want to talk about it in the libraries. Let's just go ahead on and let's just bring up the spirit of all of our ancestors, what they did. And let's just, Pierre Toussaint, why we got to pay y'all? What's that all about? That'd be dangerous, wouldn't it? Sure, like Kilo don't pipe down. I mean,
it'll be interesting.
I mean, do y'all remember on TikTok when the guys went to the reenactment? I gotta find it. I will find it. Do you guys remember that? And they had
even the subject has me tickled to the point where.
Do y'all remember that those black guys? They went on. I guess somebody was reenacting like the 1700s, and they went there and they had to chant like, "Oh, don't beat us!" And they was like, "You got to get off the property." Go find that. That was like the funniest thing ever, but they couldn't take it. Since I think it would be a good day of atonement if we could just, not that you're a descendant, you got y'all got the property, and we, y'all not gonna give us reparations. We're not gonna talk reparations. We just gonna ask y'all the question: how does it feel to have all what y'all got and we worked hard for? Let's go back to the Capitol. We ain't gonna start no riot. We just want to know, how does it feel to sit in them seats?
Hey, Lolo.
Okay, let me stop. Because I'm like Duran Bernard. I'm not. Come on, let's give it up for Duran Bernard. I'm not. Yeah, so that's what's happening. Also, what's happening in the world now, we see, what's going down in America. I don't even like saying that they passed the bill. I'm not saying that word.
Okay, now we're gonna have a USC fight at the White House.
What you talking about, Willis? Oh, Elon want to start that new party. About that?
No.
Oh, what's going on?
A USC fight.
What? You talking about the real USC at the White House?
The UFC, like the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh my goodness.
We got that going on.
Ooh, clutch the fake gold bought on Amazon. Oh, clutch it. Just clutch it, y'all. What's wrong with these folks? Okay. All right. Anything else happening over in San Francisco?
San Francisco?
San Diego. I'm sorry.
San Diego's quiet. Okay.
San Diego. Sure. Always be trying. She'd be like,
It is. I mean,
she's so talented, Tiffany.
No.
So Reeve Goose.
No.
San Diego.
We had some ice situation.
Oh God.
We set that shit off. Okay.
Oh, y'all still going off on that, man? That
ice. No. I just said that's the last situation we had. Okay?
They just skanky. Anywho, everybody again, welcome to the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. You are officially on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. There is no other podcast out here in the universe of podcasting that's really giving it to you straight up 100 rugged and raw, like Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo, and then right over there, the Cheryl Morrow. We're talking about 25 years of the natural hair movement is where we're at, and we're counting down. We're 6 months into this discussion, and this one is about the big chop. And I don't know how many people in the chat remembers the big chop. I just want to know, because everybody was just cutting off their hair. Now, again, we have a special guest. We're going to bring her in momentarily. How many people remember the big chop? That was the one, that was to set it off, you know. And we're going to bring in Yah Tay. Sharing knowledge and fostering growth from the barber chair is her forte. And Cisco, bam, bam. All right. So we're going to be bringing her in to see what she has to say about all of this. And again, welcome everybody on Facebook. Hello. LinkedIn too. YouTube. What up, Lo? You know what I'm saying? Instagram. What's up, Insta? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get little personalities of these, these social media platforms. Okay, let's see how many people remembers the big chop. And you have the big chop several times where people was just cutting. Now, y'all know my black bootay is just too vain for cutting it all off. Though, well, I'm no longer a hairstylist. I am going to cut it off just because I just want to just be fly with this white hair. But so yeah, you know, that's again, I am vain. I'll say it's not about vanity, it's about insanity. Y'all call me what you want, you ain't hurt my feelings. We also, I just want to say that again, we're not sure if it's showing on Instagram because StreamYard is saying that there is some technical difficulties over on Instagram. So we apologize, but it says that it's up there. But we'll see. I got someone looking out to see if it's actually on there. So we have quite a few people that says they remember the big chop. So with that being said, now that we done got some, some boo-boo started talking about in 2026, we should all reenact, some stuff. She created a poem called To Chop or Not. Ooh. This is going to be a robust discussion about cutting off your hair and all this other good stuff. So I have 3 great videos. I think 4 videos that's really going to get us like into it. All right. So are you guys ready to have Yah Tay? We're about to bring in Yah Tay, the barber stylist. Okay. So let's get ready to cut. All right. Everybody got their I wish I could play Go Cut Creator. Go cut it. Cut it. Oh, that'd be a much better song. You don't know about no Cut Creator. Yeah, Cut Creator. That's how the record for me. Remember that, y'all? LL was Go Cut Creator. Cut it. All right, let's put our hands together as we get ready to bring in our host. Our guest this evening. It is about to be the one and only Miss Yah Tay, the barber stylist.
Greetings, ladies. I'm back here laughing in the green room.
My ancestors is dope. I bet your barber ain't got shit on Yah Tay.
I'm back laughing at y'all like
she coming. Wow. She coming. Come on, y'all, put them hand clap emojis. Y'all don't get this.
And I just so happen to have my shirt on today.
Look what she got on today. She got the little African mask. That's come on, y'all, snap your fingers. Y'all know when they blickety black, y'all gotta come on. There we go. Let's do it. I love my peoples out here. I love you guys so much. I remember everybody black on this podcast. Won't care what color you are. If you're white, orange, green, purple, makes us no difference. Welcome. You invited to the picnic. All y'all can come. Just don't bring no nasty potatoes. Okay? Y'all invited to the podcast. All right. Y'all invited to the podcast. It's coming on down. Everybody said, girl, I'm loving that t-shirt. My ancestors is dope. So she know what I'm talking about. Yah Tay. It's just before we get into it. What you think, Doc? Imagine if come July 4th, 2026, all the black people just we just gonna reenact like we just walk into a white Massa, can I shop today? Oh, Miss Lady, ma'am. Can I
you shouldn't be doing that. You just
why would you say that? That is just we ain't past it. We want some answers. So y'all won't put it in the books. We gotta write these books, the tangled history of black hair. Why y'all make us write this shit?
That's the Twisted book, right? Twist.
A whole book on
Lord.
brainwashed. This brother that wrote, look at covered up. We got so many books. We had to,
That was one of our reads, right?
Yeah. Remember this? Mufaro's beautiful daughter. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's beautiful. We have to start writing these books and everything. They could get the Elcott Awards and all this stuff. You know, we got Yah Tay's book. Now remember, shameless plug. Come on now, y'all.
Mine.
Woo!
Oh shoot! Oh, this how we doing it now? You see? Oh, we going at it. This how we love each other. Now, if you haven't subscribed to Yah Tay's YouTube channel, you must. Because let me tell you, her shit was fire last.
Yeah, it was.
I was on there to the end. I was just like, they still on. Ooh. I ain't getting nothing done I was supposed to. I got that on my phone. Lock it. If you guys, I keep forgetting. This is what you do. Just put a reminder on your cell phone, like every Sunday. That's what I do. And then me and Cheryl be like, you in there? So sometimes we know y'all busy, but you know, we got to support Yah Tay. So Yah Tay, before we get into this topic, because we can't do it without you as America's premier female barber, right?
Oh.
I'm working on it.
No, you on it. If you on this show, you premier Boo Boo Kitty.
All right.
I'm sorry, not Boo Boo. Let me take that back. They like, don't shoot a little bit too ghetto. I'm sorry, cut kitty. How's that one? Y'all like that one? Cut kitty. I'm gonna get her some that little kitty. I'm gonna put some little scissors in her hand.
Look, let me share this with y'all. How about my dad's nickname was Catman? So I accept that. I accept the cat. Yeah.
Good kitty.
How your dad just came with me. Y'all know Black, we got to find a way to get that energy in there. That little
right.
Yeah. So cut kitty. That's her AKA Yah Tay the barber. AKA cut kitty. I'm gonna get some stuff made for you. We gonna already Now all the females, I'm cut kitty. No, you are not. Okay, you kid Cuddy, but you are not cut kitty. Okay. So with that being said, can you just refamiliarize who you are, what you do, your YouTube channel, because they think me and Cheryl are the only people in the world that's talking about Afro hair and all. We keep trying to tell y'all we're not the only ones. Yah Tay, she is one of our affiliates, our sisters. We already plan to go down there next year. So Yah Tay, break it down. Who are you? What you do? Why you do it? And all that good stuff.
Well, first I want to say thank you to both of you, Cheryl and Ladosha, for having me on. The topic, I'm like, do they know that I used to, I wrote a poem about it years ago. I used to have a contest for women who did it to submit so that we could share their story of why they did the big chop. But that was back in 2011, 12-ish, round up in there. But nonetheless, my name is Yah Tay Keaton. I'm originally from St. Petersburg, Florida. I am currently living in Columbia, South Carolina.
South Carolina. I gotta
South Carolina. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. I am a barber stylist, or master hair care is what my license say. But it's like a cosmetologist on the barbering side of things. So I have the training as if I was a cosmetologist. I just have an additional clipper training. Okay. That's it. So I can do everything a cosmetologist can do except for makeup and nails, acrylic nails. Okay. But I stick to natural hair or textured hair care. Okay. And cutting. I can cut everybody's hair, but my niche is textured hair care. And my youngest client is 2. My oldest client is 83, Miss D.
Wow.
Yeah, she just turned 83 April 10th.
And what's her name again?
Miss D.
Hey, Miss Didi. We know Miss Didi ain't paying none of these prices as all us young folks paying. Y'all better, we got to take care of our elders. You see what her t-shirt says, right?
Yeah.
Her t-shirt says, my ancestors are dope. And that's funny because a lot of people, when they show hair salons, they don't really, they make it seem like it's all like, 25 to like, 45 or something like that. And it's like the bulk of our clientele, believe it or not, it's really over 60. That's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. You'd be surprised. And this is why it's important that we're having this discussion about the natural hair movement and the big chop. Oh, my boss just dropped in. Hold on, she's making sure I'm working. What's up? Y'all know what y'all got to do, right? Drop them L's in the chat. Come on now. My boss, she been exercising every Friday, Saturday. Sunday. She sends me a text message. Hello, I'm jogging in the sun. I am getting my original vitamin D. I'll be like this. And she be looking. Y'all better go out there and check out my boss Facebook page. My boss is fine, and she's the best dressed bosser. Anyhow, she's the best dressed boss on the planet. Okay, so thank you guys so much for showing my boss some love, because I really, really love her. She's part of the reason why I am where I'm at in my career. So I tease her, but this is no joke, real talk. I really love Lavina. Okay, she says, "Stop it! What come make me?" So she's so strong with them new muscles.
Please ignore her.
All right, so let's hop into it a little bit more. So we have this thing called the big chop, and before we get a little bit, go ham on it. Everybody always wants to know what's the difference between the natural hair movement and growing the hair out and cutting hair off in the 60s, and between people cutting it off and just staying, natural in the late 90s, early 2000s. So can we just start off, Cheryl, right there, so people can know that there is a difference? Because to some people, they think it's the same thing, but really it's not the same. Or is it?
Mm-hmm. Pride versus defiance.
I'm sorry?
Pride, cultural expression versus defiance. Rebellion.
She be dropping the hammer. Did you see that, Yah Tay?
She dropped.
Did anybody catch that? I know Sandra like, what you thought, Dodo? Hold on. This is what I thought, Sandra.
Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. That about wrapped it up. Me and Yah Tay was like, on 22. Ride Rovers, now Hondas.
Well, I mean, what would you agree or disagree?
I hate that I can't articulate like Cheryl, but Yah Tay, see, I'm gonna be on the sideline like left eye, burning down houses.
What say you?
What do you say? What's the difference in your opinion, Yah Tay, between what happened in the 60s with the afros and the 2000s with the big chop? They both segments were cutting hair off, but is there a difference, or you don't really think there's not a difference?
I believe that there is a difference. I agree with Cheryl. In addition to that, I don't know that the women who were doing it post 60s, I think their reasoning varied. I'll just say that their reasoning varied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you recall? Like, can you recall what some of the reasons that you read? I mean,
Well, from some of the stories that I had with the women, it was either they were discarding the relaxer, they were having difficulties, with the hair in terms of the style, hair loss issues, or they just wanted to start over. So I had various reasons of why from the stories that I obtained to, post for it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think just talking to my family members, and just being brought up like kind of right, right after it was pretty much like kind of morphing into like a nationalism, because the Panthers had kind of, when they was killing them all, you know what I'm saying, and arresting them, and all that other good stuff. So I would go for sure. With sure, it was definitely a statement of pride.
Pride.
So and it was an act of rebellion to the status quo. So that was it. And then once as I grew up, it was just like, this is how your hair is, and that's it, So it kind of, they wasn't raising us like against status quo. It was like, this your hair, you're gonna comb it, and we're gonna alter it for special occasions, and we're gonna plait it down. So that's so I don't see that today in this new natural hair movement. I don't see the parents as involved in helping the children understand their hair. They wasn't passing children off to the hair like today. People bring children to the hair salon. My mother was like, you don't vote, you don't pay taxes, you're not going to no hair salon. So I'm just saying, I mean,
let me ask you guys a question. So let's just say in 60, 66, 67, right?
That's a good year, 67, very good year.
Mm-hmm. And let's say you do want to remove the relaxer. And my recollection, as I remember, my dad talking about it, and I, because he had a salon and everyone, and you're removing the straight hair to go towards, because you want to actually wear the afro.
Mm-hmm.
The afro wanted to be, and there is a psychological social difference in Y2K, because you're doing the big chop because you're focused on the straight hair, not the natural hair. So when you cut, it's hyper focused on removal of, and it's a different psychological reason, because of course the straight hair hinders the fluffiness of the round. So you're talking about straight hair not allowing you to wear a style. The big chop is so much more psychological, about the defiance of just chemicals, period.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, it had nothing to do with the style, because you had not figured out what you were going to do after the big chop. And that's what 25 years later, they're still trying to figure out what to do with it. Does that make sense?
Yah Tay, did you want to add to that?
No, I don't think they had enough information in terms of what they wanted to do after they did the big chop. So the acronym that I use for the big chop was be informed, get connected. At the time I was running a natural hair group. So my focus at that time was to get in a support group, and then celebrate your decision, and then honor your heritage, which is, honor your hair. Y'all know I always say embrace your natural hair and celebrate your real roots.
Everybody, the chat's looking really good. Feel free, if you were in that movement, to just share with us your experience of why you cut it off. That would just help with the conversation too. And of course, if you have questions for Yah Tay and Cheryl, then by all means, you can always drop that in the chat. And in case you just kind of chimed in, this particular episode is about what has the natural hair movement taught us about cutting off our hair. And this is what nobody tells you. So we're going to tell you the truth about this whole cutting the hair off thing. And I'm going to lean over to where Yah Tay is at in her comments of having support groups and helping people understand what their responsibilities were, because now remember, I entered the beauty industry from a mental health perspective, and what I could clearly see was what I'm going to call is escapism. And that just bounces off what Cheryl said. In the 60s, there definitely was a desire to actually wear that hair. They wanted to plait it down, pick it out, blow it dry, pat, put the sheen on it.
Pick and pat. My uncle used to tell me pick and pat.
Yeah, they really want, and they was, keen on keeping that afro like cut and shaped, and corn rolling it down. Boys went to school with braids in their hair, and they would pick it out and all that good stuff. So, and then like I said, we were taught to care for our hair. Now when we move into this the 2000s, I don't know Now this is my, remember, this is my little small petri dish. So you got to kind of take what I'm saying and just, you know, like, well, that was just your personal experience, which you would be correct. So I don't want to, what they call it, Cheryl, like a broad brush stroke on this statement. But what I could clearly see was oppositional defiant disorder, where people were like, I don't care what my mother's told me to do to my hair, I'm not doing that. And so here we are in 2025 saying, how's that working out for you? You know, that you have to care for this hair. So cutting it off, somehow people, like Yah Tay was saying, that they had to have the support group. Sure, why do you think that that was just my opinion, but why do you think there was such this belief that once you cut it, that you were somehow going to be liberated from what the hair required once it was cut off? And Yah Tay, I want you to go after Cheryl.
Okay.
I think that Yah Tay is correct because of the support system. We needed to define what after the big chop. And so the big chop became such a isolated activity. So the activity began in and of itself to be identified with you're making a better choice and you're making blackness. And so it's actually an attention getter. But it's an attention after you cut it. What's the plan? And I think that they're still defining what the plan is. And so when you named your acronym, Yah Tay, right? The BIG and the CHO, and I think you didn't finish with P. But my point is that you began to use it as an attention getter. Oh, I did the big chop, and then boom, everybody wants to listen to you. You know what I mean? Or your story, your hair journey. All of these are isolated attention getters. But the problem is once you do that, your story is heard and you get to tell your journey, quote unquote, there's no plan. What is your thoughts, Yah Tay?
And that's what I was saying with the support group. Having the information, and I can only speak from how I orchestrated the support group that I had. At the time, I was just a cheerleader. No investment in the industry from the standpoint of an educator or license at the time. So when I had the support group, I had a her name was Vinchetta Styles. She was a licensed cosmetologist who would provide education. So we would put a meetup group together once a month, twice a month, whatever we had going on, and we would provide information for them, hair care regimen. And she would do it. I would just do all the graphics, you know, stuff like that, and support it from that perspective. But my goal was to put someone in front of the group who was informed, who was knowledgeable, who could provide information and education for those who had questions, who were considering the big chop, who had done the big chop and didn't know what to do, and those who did the big chop sort of thought they knew what they wanted, but then it didn't work out how they thought it would. So they had that information. You know what I'm saying? They had that information. So even though I didn't have the knowledge, I had the passion, and I knew the importance of it because of how I was raised and the little bit that I did know. I relied on Vinchetta Styles to, you know, cultivate, orchestrate, and get that information out to those who didn't know what to do.
All right. So you and her together were helping people with this decision. Now, we got some clips here. So I'm going to show a clip. Now, this is not in any given order, but one of the biggest reasons that I was hearing this is before I became a cosmetologist and when I became a cosmetologist was that the chemicals had damaged the hair. So here's a clip, and Cheryl and Yah Tay, I want your take on you know, why? What was it? Okay, because you had that group, Yah Tay. So here we go. That's what she said. All right. So that was probably one of the biggest reasons for cutting off the hair was the chemicals. So Yah Tay, we're gonna swing this time. We're gonna start with you. What was your take on I'm gonna cut my hair off because the chemicals were bad? And then sure, I'm gonna swing it back to you, and you both can add in some other reasons. But I would say first and foremost, the biggest one was this chemically treated hair is damaged, and I just want to start all over because my hair is bad. Or were you hearing something different?
I didn't get the first part of the video because my mute button was not
okay.
muted.
She ain't said nothing.
She was just showing that the chemicals were on the hair. Yes.
So that was some of the reasoning, and there were other things that was going on in terms of why an individual chose that. But I'm going to speak from a personal experience on why I made the decision. Now, I didn't big chop because I was in the military, so I allowed my hair to grow out because, of course, I had the, one was lack of self-confidence to sport a natural hair. And I had, we can talk about that later, but okay. I made the decision to discontinue with relaxing my hair because at the time, my scalp it would be inflamed or sore to the touch. I could just touch it, and it's like it was still on fire. It was burning. So I made the decision to not do chemicals anymore.
All right. And if anybody can relate to what Yah Tay is saying, please so you can put hashtag me too and share if anything what you've heard. Let's get these the chat moving so we can get into these algorithms. Go ahead.
I don't know if it was a bad batch. It was that my scalp had just grown sensitive to it. What happened? I just know that I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. So, like I said, because I was in the military, I got my hair braided to allow it to grow out, but I would get it trimmed, every time I went to every 6 to 8 weeks, whenever I got a new style, I would, cut it off, cut it out.
And were people in the group sharing that was chemicals a reason? I know, I don't want to cookie cut, but let's just kind of.
Yeah, that was one or hair loss. It's a lot of different reasons, but chemicals was one, hair loss was another. Someone didn't apply it properly, or they might have applied it and didn't go to a professional and they had breakage, something along those lines.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, if you're watching this post live, please drop why you cut it off, or if you want to just share with us some stories of what you heard. Maybe you're a barber or a stylist, working in the industry. So, Cheryl, what's your take or your understanding of what this, this cutting it off, the chemicals was definitely probably the biggest inspiration after, what's the documentary, A Good Hair, when they did the creamy crack. And then it was kind of like the same effect with the soul glow, and everybody ran and, got rid of the curl and they went to the relaxer. So you had kind of had that same like universal visceral response to, what's the name of the movie? Good Hair, where she called it creamy crack. So I'm just saying from the salon, it was definitely chemicals. So Cheryl, take it away.
If you don't mind, could you show the video again?
Yes.
I just want to see it.
All right. So this is damaged hair. Here we go. right, there she is cutting it off. The caption was the chemicals, and you saw her with the cuticle nippers, and she was getting that straight hair off. Okay.
No real shears, huh?
Hey, she's
I
like,
know Sarah gonna say something about that.
And of course, now we're not saying you cannot cut off your own hair. Remember, guys, the discussion is about the big chop. You cut your own hair. I know. I just want to make that. Y'all try to police me. We're not policing. Okay, it's a discussion about the natural hair.
Hey, Sarah, is that why you asked her to play that video back?
No, I wanted to make sure.
Right,
I wanted to make sure that she was cutting off the damaged hair because she left the damaged hair in her hair. And one of the things that psychologically to natural hair care people, straightness means damage. She left the color in her hair. So that was not what she was doing. She was cutting off the straight hair. So she wanted to cut off the damaged hair. In her mind, straightness means damaged.
In the chat, do you agree? When you see those straight pieces, do you swear up and down that your hair is damaged? I know I'm dropping a lot of questions on y'all.
But she left the bleach. She left the bleach in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to watch the video a second time, because I wanted to make sure that the blonde was still in her hair. But because we are under such Afro dysmorphia, straight in our brain means damaged automatically, right? And so she wasn't cutting off. She wanted to cut off the chemical. So chemical and curly still means vibrant. Chemical and straight means damaged if you are curly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now repeat it again. That kind of, y'all know I'm slow, right?
Straight. If you are a curly-haired natural person, it means curly hair grows out of your scalp. If that hair is straight in any way, regardless if it's colored or not, if it's straight, it means damaged. Blonde, if you're melanated, taking pigment, that doesn't mean register damaged in our brain. So when she cut the straight part off and left the blonde, the bleach, the pigment, the lack of melanin, the pigment, she took it. That's permanent color. That's why she's cutting it off, because of course, color makes your hair a little more relaxed than normal, right? The point here is that it is our mental state that causes us to focus around damage in terms of the big chop. 1960s, the big chop or a chop or cutting straight hair off just means that you were done wearing with the relaxer look and you wanted to do the Afro look. Mm-hmm. This generation is so confused about what the big chop meant in the first place, because straightness is always going to be damaged to a natural hair person. Doesn't mean it is damaged. It just means that it doesn't mean that. So we have to really, because she left all the color in her hair, which is the damage. But as long as it wasn't straight and colored, she was fine. But if it's curly and blonde, it still is healthy in her mind.
Well, y'all know what I say. I'm always the outlier. You ready, Yah Tay? You know what I'm gonna say.
What you talking
Everybody
about?
ready? What you talking about? Hey, if it's on your head, I don't care what nobody say. You're doing something right. I just, because we work with this fabric and we can do all types of wonderful things. We can embellish it. We can carve it, sculpt it, cut it, whatever word you want to use. I just think that the whole damaged hair is just a boogeyman scare. There are a lot.
Let's be honest too. Excuse me, but she didn't know she had this much new growth, right? And she had about this much straight hair, right? Just say you don't know what to do with the straight hair.
I was gonna,
She just didn't. She didn't know what to do with it. And so what we end up doing is just saying, I'm gonna do big chop. hiding under the auspicious of what the big shot means to the collective community of what the big shot means.
All right. So in the chat, we are seeing a plethora of reasons for cutting the hair.
Okay.
It is the chemicals for sure. And number 2, lifestyle, having children. 3, frustration, things of that nature. So the next one, and Yah Tay, I'm going to pass it to Shirley. I'm going to swing it back to you. We're going to keep going back and forth. Now this one is about liberation. I'm cutting because I want to be free. Yeah. Who can tell us who sang that song? I wanna be free. Yeah. Okay, liberating is why.
Ohio players.
Oh, you want to give away something?
Don't give it away.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't know it was no trivia.
We're gonna change that. We're gonna beat her. You know, I the light skin people always messing it up. Oh, we gotta go there, y'all. Almost 50 years. Okay, here we go.
Look at her.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. She says it's liberating. Here we go.
Shave my head. I think it's the most liberating thing I've ever done in my life. Bookie, do you like it? Why did I shave my head? Because I was too attached to my hair. My hair dictated how beautiful I felt. My hair dictated whether or not I go out or not. And then my hair stopped me from doing the things I wanted to do.
Look at Cheryl.
Look at the chat. We got
looking at no clips.
Y'all said bring that. Y'all want me to play that one more time? Because y'all know what I'm sure. I want you to take it. Let me play it one more time because this chat they just automatically went. Welcome. We thank y'all so much. Don't forget, please hit this thumbs up button. As a matter of fact, I see Sandra in the chat saying now is a good time. Come on, Yah Tay and Cheryl. Sure, what they need to do right now to help change the narrative about cutting your damn hair off. Here we go.
Pampa me on, pampa me on.
All right, she says, let me play it one more time. Look at all them comments coming through. She said it's liberating. Here we go. One more time, Cheryl. Here we go.
I shaved my head. I think it's the most liberating thing I've ever done in my life. Bookie, do you like it? Why did I shave my head? Because I was too attached to my hair. My hair dictated how beautiful I felt. My hair dictated whether or not I go out or not. And then my hair stopped me from doing the things I wanted to do.
It was just too much, it was stopping her from doing the things. It was the most liberating thing. Sure. What about those reasons? What's up, wrong, Cheetah? Look at my Cheetah gonna say Ohio player. Did you write all that down?
You see that?
All the reasons why she cut it off. Did you write them down? Did you write them down, Yah Tay?
I remembered a few.
Okay, what you remember?
She said freedom. It stopped her from doing some of the things she wanted to do.
Doing things, okay?
Doing things. What kind of things?
What kind of things? I don't care what hair you got. You can still do them things according to y'all should have been in the chat on Thursday, okay? Freedom, doing things. Sure. What else did she say? We just.
Well, y'all know I have taught hair coaching in the past, and I listen very well. But I will say, in the spirit of Minority Mental Health Month, she would have been one of my clients. But she talked about, this is the problem that why men don't understand most times what women are talking about. Because first of all, she talked about her hair as a person.
Did she?
Separate from her.
Yeah, she talked about it.
That?
She talked about it in secondary.
Yeah.
How'd she do that?
And then she switched for them to the third person. So her hair is an entity.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute, Cheryl. Can I interrupt you and play it again? Did anybody catch that?
I need you to listen to that with your social circle.
Okay, let me play it again. I'm sorry, y'all. We come at a new angle. Here we go. She said 2 tenses. Okay, here we go.
I shaved my head. I think it's the most liberating thing I've ever done in my life. Bookie, do you like it? Why did I shave my head? Because I was too attached to my hair. My hair dictated how beautiful I felt. My hair dictated whether or not I go out or not. And then my hair stopped me from doing the things that I wanted to do.
Okay.
Wow. I guess it is a human. It dictated. It wouldn't let her go out. It stopped her. Wow. Oh. Wow. Sure, I know Sandra like, go Cheryl with your bad. Go Cheryl. Look at Sandra at home like, come on Cheryl. I hear you over there, Sandra.
Well, and that's a problem.
Why?
And that is one of the things that most men do not like, going to the salons or even going places with their significant others, because they got to get ready and then their hair has to get ready. It's not in the same body or even on the same body. It literally is dictating. It's a source of frustration. It's almost like it's a living. It's almost like the relationship you have with the doll and a ventriloquist. It just starts living on its own, and they talk about it like that. And so that is one of the issues that the big chop solves. It gets rid of it. It gets rid of the alter ego.
She got me with she was too attached. Can both of you rock with the breakdown too attached? Anybody here want to give their stab at too attached? Would that be vain, or that conceitedness, or Yah Tay, you go first, and Cheryl. What do you think she meant by? Now, we didn't interview her, guys. We're just kind of critiquing here. What is too attached?
What comes to mind when she says too attached is that everything she did or considered doing evolved around how her hair looked or didn't look. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So if her hair didn't look good or did look good, set up for the occasion, then she would go out, stay in, or whatever. So her hair basically dictated whatever it was that she was going to participate in or not participate in.
And that's what she said. She said her hair, she was too attached to it, that it stopped her from doing things. It dictated her. She couldn't go out. It kept her from going out. So she centered her life around her hair. And then Kay says, well, there are several negative responses to black hair. Okay. Cheryl, I'm just kind of critiquing this freedom. And she says she's too attached. How could a person be too attached to their hair?
Mm-hmm. You become too attached when you make it a separate entity. Because if it has a life of its own, then where do you, as the person who has the power to make it integrated, to mean that your hair, when your hair gets ready, well, that means that you talk about your teeth that way?
She say hair get ready. I'm sorry.
I know. Only Cheryl.
She say when the hair get ready.
Right. So the best way for us to, as hair coaches, is to make sure that the hair becomes part of the same body and that you have jurisdiction. And what I need her to be able to say is that I have lost skill sets to integrate the process.
Oh, now you finna go up my lane. I will wait. Y'all know I've been over here like hopping on this seat.
Right. And so there goes the teaching that you do, because you have not, the lack of confidence triggers the lack of skills triggers the lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Then the confidence begins to start making a separate it, as if it's doing it.
Okay, by show of hands, how many agree with the hair oracle? And Yah Tay is over there like she like, preach, come on, preach. Agree that lack of skills on how to do your hair will affect your self-confidence. Yes or no. Okay. So we're gonna, do a ding, ding, ding. Oh, they came through. Lil work clean. Look at that. Yeah. This is a hot babe from Canada said, oh, she can't do like 100%. Okay, yes, they coming through. Wow. It's on fire. We on fire. So lack of skills, and Yah Tay, so that was your group, right? To help them understand. Now, what is it about the hair, the lack of skill? What skill are they lacking? Let's go there. Let's do it. Yah Tay, we got stuck because you're behind the chair. What are the skills? And you guys can come on, chime in the most. Like, what skills are people lacking the most when it comes to this thing? I've cut it off. Or just, I don't care. Weeds don't make me no difference. Okay. What skills are people lacking? Because remember, we're talking about cutting your hair off and what nobody tells you. So now you're going to tell them what nobody is telling them. What skills are they lacking the most? And then sure you go.
Sure.
Okay. So the answer to the question, the P was for positive attitude. Maintain a positive attitude, because it's a psychological thing for us about our hair, and that's just history, from what we believe and the perception of what others, how they see or view our hair. In that,
and I'm going to have you break down your acronym again for CHOP, the big CHOP.
What I believe individuals lack, even to this day, is simple hair hygiene.
You got to explain that. You got to explain.
I'm getting ready to get into it.
Okay.
Keeping the hair and scalp clean. I was taught that clean scalp promotes healthy hair. So if you're constantly piling on products and you're not shampooing and conditioning your hair, and I want to say regular, whatever regular would be for that individual, because one could work out more, or not work out as much.
Yeah. Somebody could be a construction worker.
Yeah. Don't require their hair and scalp to be cleaned as often. But the biggest thing that I see is no type of regimen, don't know how to care for the hair, less known, comb the hair. Combing it out. Even to this day, I remember Cheryl talking about it in another podcast. Y'all can see, you can see where I twist mine every night. It's routine. I twist it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Before I go to bed, put my little bonnet on and get up. But that's how I was taught. It's not something that I'm not gonna do something.
What if people are saying, I don't want to do that? It takes too long. Is that part of the not knowing that what's required?
What I hear is it takes too much to do natural hair. It's too much to do. Like anything.
Are you translating too much to do as lack of skills? Is that synonymous, or is it really taking a long time? Which one is it? In your opinion?
It could be both. Lack of skill and not knowing what to do or how to care for it. Yeah.
Okay. Cheryl, your take on what skill set, like you said, that if they don't have the skills, they don't have the confidence. So what skills are they missing? Yah Tay says hygiene. They have a lot of people are missing clean scalp. Michelle Allen, our celebrity, she's like, yes, Lord, preach. And she also went back and said regimen. And then she said combing it out. And then the complaint that is too much, what she says is still kind of synonymous with they're just not knowing that's just what the hair requires. Okay. And feel free, drop some advice, your opinions in the chat. What skill sets are missing?
Before I answer that question,
go ahead.
And only the children and only the parents whose child's hair is longer than 5 inches. Answer. What industry do you think your child is in? Is it in the natural hair care industry, or is it just in a black baby? industry.
Can you repeat that? It kind of dashed out while you maybe. I'm sorry.
No problem. What industry do you think your babies are in? Is your babies in just black babies, black children, black toddlers, black preschoolers, right? Or do you take your child to the Natural Hair Care Expo, or have you taken your? Is your children in the natural hair care industry, or is your black ass in it? It's the very same thing you do to them. I just do not understand why you can't do to yourself. I just don't understand it, and I already know you. Well, I do understand it.
We got an answer to that.
Yeah,
Kay was bold. She jumped out. So this is black hair care.
Right. They just black kids. You guys have done the same thing your grandmother's done to your mama. You do the same. Your mama did.
Right.
For some godly reason, when you get in the cult of natural hair, you cannot do your hair. I don't understand.
Can anybody answer where is the gap? Where is the would that be applied knowledge? Like why you can't
I do know the answer. I just want y'all to know. We do know the subsequent next conversation. However, I just don't understand why what you do to your son's braids, hair, children's baby girls' hair, the hair all looking all cute and everything. But when it comes to you, you're just lost.
So you think that your answer to the lack of skill set is that they are throwing out. They're not making the connection to what they're doing to their children's hair, which is what their parents and grandparents, taught them. It's like they're throwing all of that out of the window as if their hair is separate from what the child's hair requires.
Right, because there's a secret in there that natural hair care people don't want to talk about. And
Now I'm gonna kind of like me. I'm gonna be the outlier. I'm skirting on 22s, riding Rovers, not Hondas. Okay. What about the notion that this is supposed to be carefree hair? I think that's the second biggest concern is that somehow, some way, the belief that once you cut it off, or you go short, or you go natural, that it's not supposed to require what you guys are talking about when we say, you said they don't have the skill set, so here comes the self-confidence. How could you say that when we were under the notion that this really meant low to no maintenance?
Okay.
Sure, you go, then Yah Tay, you go. That this is supposed to be.
Let's get close to the speaker. Come on. Come on, Kilo.
All right, Yah Tay, who want to go? Oh, Cheryl, you going first? And Yah Tay, everybody lean in. Come on.
What we got, Cheryl? What we got?
Okay. The difference is that your babies are not trying to get a hair type. They're not trying to get a coil. They're not trying to get this, high definition. You are trying to get a texture that is not natural to you. You understand? You trying to make your hair do something that it don't do. You don't do that to your babies. You just put it in a plait, put it in an up, put it in a bun, put it in a puff ball, put it in plaits. You just cornrow your son's hair.
Braid it, cornrow, twist it.
Be thick and long and unbothered, and it just don't have them kind of problems. You are trying to do something to the hair that natural hair taught you. You are trying to get a coil, a high definition curl high. You are trying to get a coil, a springlet, a ringlet. You're trying to get something that the hair does not do. Afro hair does afros. It doesn't ringlet unless that is in your what? DNA.
DNA, yeah. I do see that where people
so you want to water it, gel it, you want to do all these, and then you don't have
take that dimming brush.
Right. And so She is worried about her hair performance because her skill performance is not up to par. So therefore it takes lots of time. Therefore she has anxiety. Therefore she has anxiety. Then she doesn't have the time to apply. And then she gets all stressed out because she has to go to an event. She wants to get rid of all of that anxiety around the preparation because her skill sets are not up to par in the performance realm. And so what she does is she's embarrassed about her own personal skills to do it. She makes and blames it on, makes her the hair an it. And then she says, I am focused too much on it, as if the hair is making her focus on it. She does not have the skill sets to make that happen. That triggers the anxiety. That's what I meant by that.
All right. Okay. Yah Tay. Give us your take on, it's supposed to be low maintenance. I mean, I want to be able to put the water, the leave-in conditioner, and the custard peanut butter and jelly, and it's supposed to stay set because that's what everybody was teaching. So what do you say about low maintenance? That's the belief that this was supposed to be a low maintenance situation.
A low maintenance situation.
It's not.
Yah Tay calling on God.
I'm serious. Oh man,
I gotta get that one. I gotta get that clip.
A low maintenance situation.
A low maintenance situation. Now, because we're talking about what nobody tells you. We're on the other side of this now. So you're the barber stylist, and you have to respond to the notion and the belief that this natural hair, technically, it is supposed to be low to no maintenance, but this is not what you guys are talking about. You're talking about hygiene.
Now the babies is. So they don't act like they don't know what low maintenance is. They do. We do.
Okay. So low to no maintenance is you getting a seizure, not seizure. No, a seizure cut. You getting something really low to your head where you don't have to do nothing but get up and go.
Girl, you a lie. You brush like a panther pit. She lied. Hold on. Wait a minute, Yah Tay. Yah Tay, I gotta do it. Yah Tay, I gotta do it. Here you go, Yah Tay. I gotta do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, I'm serious. If you want, I'm gonna give you a seizure, right? Low maintenance, that's a very low haircut where you're not combing or doing nothing but maybe getting up. You might stroke it and brush it.
But it's natural, Yah Tay.
You still gotta do something. You still
ain't got no makeup. They ain't got no makeup on when they go through the big shot. They look mucked up before they get that big chop. When they get that chop off, and then they go in there and pause.
It's gonna magically take care of itself. That's what they think.
And they do one of these.
Look at our virtual co-host. She says low maintenance always turns out to be high maintenance. The amount of steps people take is crazy. Yah Tay, you gotta
come see me to get your haircut.
You still ain't telling them why it's not low maintenance, because that is a belief that you guys are telling me that I need to come and get this cut. You talking about my scalp. Now you done added in regimen. It sounds like to me, Yah Tay, you trying to get me to come to your barbershop. And I know that this hair is supposed to be low because I got all the stuff I need at home. You talk about some regimen. What you gonna say to that, Yah Tay?
You still got to take care of your hair.
Let me do it. Hold on, sir. Wait a minute. Yah Tay. Don't say nothing. This is. Hey. Let me get this out right quick. Can I get it out right quick? Hold on. Y'all know what I'm finna do, right? Here you go.
Right, Cheryl. You still got to take care of your hair.
God damn. I do. Hey, I don't.
She put that country accent on, and you still got to take care of your hair.
Still got to take care of your hair.
Spell it.
Her. You still got to take care of your hair.
And wait a minute. I don't care if you got a Corvadas.
You still got to take care of it.
Still got to take care of it.
Right.
Wait a minute. There's a video where this cute little boy of color, I guess his mom caught him in the bathroom with her wave like her wrap gel, and he had his brush. I guess he saw his favorite rappers. He had that in there. He was just a brushing, and she was walking around the house. Hey, let me tell you something. If he got to do his hair, he was 4. I just don't understand.
How many people are in the chat are looking for low maintenance hair? I mean, let's just keep it real. So now we're gonna get this lifestyle. Here's another video on the lifestyle once you get it cut. So here we go, guys, as we talk about this whole no maintenance. Okay, once you never go back.
One thing about it, and 2 things for certain, as a woman, all you have to do is shave your hair off one good time. All it takes is one good time, and henceforthward, if at any point your hair is getting on your nerves and pissing you off too motherfucking much, you just cut it off again. Just cut it off again. It's going to grow back. I cut my hair for the first time in 2016. I have not fully left bald girl life since. I can't do it. Every time I grow my hair out, I'll grow it out. I'll try the hairstyle I was wanting to try. I'll do the thing. And either my hair gets damaged and I cut it off, or I just get tired of having hair and I cut it back off. Once you become a bald head baddie, it is so hard to leave the bald head whole shit behind permanently. No, actually.
All right. So I hear you saying this third person thing, because I never really paid any attention that her hair was pissing her off. So are we missing something here, guys? I mean, are we really missing? Does your hair piss you off? Cheryl, take it away. This lifestyle. Yah Tay said, Yah Tay just told you the only one that you're gonna not have to do. You saw how low cut that woman's hair was. She had, what do you call it, a Caesar? I'm not familiar with that, but I take it.
No, she had a fade. She had a
fade.
Hard part. It looked good. Now it looked good,
but she had some hair up there that needed some.
She had a little hair on top. Yeah,
that requires some maintenance. So even that hairstyle requires maintenance.
Well, if she's gonna have it looking the way she wanted to look, she gonna have to keep it cut, keep it groomed, or it's gonna grow out. And she'll be back at the barber again. What she said, she cutting it off, right? She'll be back cutting it off again.
There's some maintenance. You can't escape it. Yah Tay is saying you cannot escape the regimen. So cutting your hair off when nobody tells you. Now, if y'all got an issue with this, just go on over to Real Roots. And she's got a whole podcast of barbers. And perhaps, Yah Tay, when you invite some people on, you guys can continue this robust discussion about the expectations that once you cut the hair, it still requires that you have to come back. So you're not trying to get money up out of them. This is just what the situation requires. Is that what you're saying?
Unless you're gonna teach, unless I'm gonna teach you how to cut your hair. Either way, you still got to take care of it.
Well, okay. Well, let me just say this.
But they now see here they go. They in the chat. They said that style is low maintenance, and you say you still got to come back. So low maintenance requires.
Well, if I was the hair police,
pull over.
And if her hair actually was a separate entity, I would be on the side of the entity. I would be giving out tickets for violations. Okay. And I would have black women in hair court.
What was her violation, Cheryl?
Her violation is hair abortion.
So she killing it every time it grows. She come back and cut it again, huh?
Hair abortion. You heard it first. Heard it first.
Okay, because her ass. Now, she the reason why we created protective hairstyle. She need a protective hairstyle because she keep making the wrong decisions, and then she blame it on the hair, and then she got the nerve to blame it on the hair as if the hair made the decision, and now she ain't got pissed off. So to keep her from being her, now I don't know where her is.
She's fine with that afro.
She going to Sybil level. Okay, she's Sybil. She's Sybil with it. Okay?
I hate Sybil.
Okay, right. So I don't know who she's talking about when she keeps going in out of this first and second and third person.
Wow,
okay,
this is very interesting.
And so when she keeps going in and out of this thing, I need to be the hair police. Okay, the hair lawyer. Okay,
The hair lawyer.
I'm fighting for the life
of the hair,
of the length and the hair.
Now, Kay is in the chat and she's saying that to her, let me just put it back up and please, guys, hit the thumbs up button because the chat it's jumping. We're doing good tonight. To me, that low, when she wore her hair like that, she only went to the barbershop once a month, and that's the regimen. Because what we do find is that women will cut that hair low and they'll have that hair up top and it's just as dry and the hair is just because they thought that meant that they didn't have to do anything to that top piece. And Yah Tay quickly, now I didn't notice it, but she's a barber. So she saw it. In my mind, all the hair was cut off. Yah Tay said, no, girl, she had some hair up there. And even hair that low, you're saying that too has to be careful. And I do agree because women will cut and guys do the same thing too, where they believe that they don't have to do anything to it. And so you're saying that hair has to be managed and cared for, even if it is low.
Shampoo, condition.
Okay. All right.
Is there another word floating in here that we should suggest that we make sure that we address it, especially because this is Minority Mental Health Month?
Mm-hmm.
It's called neglect. And half of our not having time, not allotting the time. Go ahead.
It's neglectful. It is.
You guys are being so punitive, you know?
No, it is. Cheryl is right. It is. I had a guy come in for a cut, and when I took the comb to part out the section where he had his little man bun up top, soon as I put the comb, you could see the buildup on the scalp from where he hadn't shampooed it. And I'm like,
man, you wanted to
put these gloves on. No, but it's neglect. It's neglect.
Yeah. Now we have videos here on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel to teach you how to cleanse your hair. So can we just talk about what nobody tells you about, even if it's low or thick or long? Why is this? Because Yah Tay, you keep talking about this scalp thing, but we kind of missing it. So let's go to scalp. Yeah.
They need to get your book.
What they don't, hey, I say it's time for a new conversation. I'm trying to sound like Yah Tay. New conversation. So can we just back up just a little bit and let's tell them when you cut your hair off, scalp care is definitely essential. So Yah Tay, you go first because you that was your thing coming out the gate. Hygiene is synonymous with a clean scalp. And then Cheryl, hit them up with what they don't tell you about cutting that hair off and why that scalp has to be clean like the vagina. Because what I say, and I do, Yah Tay and Cheryl, y'all know me. I just say, may I be candid? And they say, yes. I said, it's a little vulgar, but is it okay? May I have your permission? Because what I'm about to say is a little bit out. And they say, yeah, go ahead on and say it. And I say, looking for hair that you don't have to take care of is like a vagina you ain't got to clean. It's just no such thing.
Right.
You just can't do it, guys. So I asked for permission to say that. So you got to clean the vagina. You got to get in there, get up in there, around there. You got to go behind. You got to clean it. So Yah Tay, help them with scalp, and then sure, you got to help them too. Take that scalp care to another level because we got the hair washing, but you came out the gate with the scalp. And why that meant a lot to you.
Hair hygiene. Like you washing your body. You got to take care of your scalp. How you going to jump in the shower and take care of your body and forget this whole head up here?
I'm sorry, Yah Tay.
No, I'm serious. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's
hard.
The young people, the older people, and everybody in between. And I think it goes back to what Cheryl said initially. Our grandparents taught our parents, taught our kids, it was passed down. But for some reason, this generation, this one and the one before that, they lost it.
It started with that co-washing. That's why I said I still can't believe.
How you gonna put fabric softener in?
Remember co-washing was set this. That was the jump off. Remember, Cheryl? Go back to the first one. That co-washing was I couldn't. But
how you gonna?
You can't wash up with lotion.
Dirty hair. How you gonna co-wash dirty hair?
Okay, wait a minute.
That just said, tell a child, Cheryl. We trying to help y'all out. What cutting your hair off when nobody tells you out of the gate? Yah Tay say the scalp is first and foremost, and you cannot wash your hair. You can't wash up with lotion, and you can't do this co-washing thing. Cheryl, what's up?
No darn dish detergent either.
Damn. She messing up the church's money.
Oh, my bad. No detergent. Dish detergent. I'm sorry.
Look at the co-host. Well, they said they don't co-wash their for JJ. Y'all better not be out there co-washing over JJ's. We being bad.
That quack, the duck. I'm sorry. Okay.
Now this podcast.
Okay, your turn, Cheryl. Go. Look.
And let me just say this. And we had such a wonderful conversation yesterday talking about plantation beauty. And if you guys think one of the things that you guys think that co-washing is new, it's not. Okay. Co-washing, it just means that, but the difference is that your ancestors did it with oil. They didn't do it with water base. Water was the enemy. Not the way it was to Europeans, but it was not, you can't go in there with no water-based stuff and talking about you're going to preserve the natural oils. Y'all got to understand, you got the conversation totally out of context. But I digress. Let me just say this. I'm gonna speak to the big chop because y'all ain't took it to some other area.
We have, because when you cut off your hair, that's the belief that you don't have to,
But here's the thing. During the plantation, scissors was a weapon. Okay, it was a weapon. You had lack of expression, lack of choice, so it was a violation. Then you go to the military. It is to create submissiveness, modesty, uniformity, hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
Religion also, let's say Jewish women shave their heads. That's to keep them submissive, docile, okay? And hygiene, okay? When you get to locks, all of a sudden, you want to shed the past maybe. You want to cleanse and get rid of the old energy. It's, all of a sudden taking on this positive thing, right? And then in the case of the women in the video, they're trying to do escapism, as Ladosha mentioned. But then as we go into the phenomenon of what the big chop means to the 21st century women who are trying to reach this, because of course, men cut their hair off all the time, and they're not trying to attach some mystical ritual that devours you of responsibility, because the neglect and the self-denial is in there. And then what you do is you think the big chop overrides the programming. Nothing overrides the programming but truth. Nothing overrides the programming, your mental state, but the scientific truth about what it is you're doing. Go ahead.
But I have a video clip because there are people who did do the big chop for spiritual and liberating reasons, like I am not my hair, I am not the skin. So let me just show this and then you just piggyback off of continue on. Here we go. This is our last clip, guys.
I used to have a head full of hair, and sometimes people ask me why I cut it off. This is what I say. I cut off my hair to release the stories about what it was and wasn't. I cut off my hair to release the energy and the strands that covered my trauma. I cut off my hair to release the need to manipulate the direction of my curls. I cut off my hair to release the expectations placed upon my crown. I cut off my hair to release a flow of love, freedom, and curiosity onto the fertile grounds of my scalp. I cut off my hair to release the new growth hidden under the layers, the roots of new thoughts, the spirals of new life. I cut off my hair to release, and what emerged from my well-nourished roots was a gloriously distinctive crown of wisdom with highlights of truth and love.
Highlights of truth and love. So there's your spirituality. Again, I'm just surprised that hair has become this for a lot of people. She said it released the stories that just, of trauma, energies, need to manipulate the hair, the expectations. She wants the freedom to be curious. It released her new growth that's hiding underneath that wants to come out, the new life. And then, of course, she had to put the highlights to highlight the knowledge. That's why it's blonde. So we see that hair has definitely become somewhat of something of a bondage for some people spiritually or esoterically. And if you can relate to that, you can drop that in the chat. I can't, but I do understand that that is very real for some people, which is what you were saying. So again, we don't plan this. Cheryl had no idea that I even had that clip, but we just vibe like that. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, I don't believe her.
I don't either, but I was just saying.
Right. And when you really get down into the sisterhood, now she is over accentuating the importance of it because of, once again, she's personally disempowered.
And I gotta put one right. Can you read it, Cheryl? Rashida. I'm not gonna get you. I'm not gonna get you. She a Muslim. I'm not gonna get you. I don't like it.
Okay, Sharon, but people can do it for spiritual reasons. It's not funny. It's not funny. Oh boy, Sharon said,
Oh,
I don't believe her. She said, I don't believe her. No. We do know people cut their hair for many different reasons.
No. I'm not
They're saying no. You don't believe that one. Okay.
Podcast her down.
Wait.
Call 911.
Right. Hey, I do believe that people cut their hair for many different reasons.
I got no y'all
but not that one. You don't believe that one, huh?
Let me say this. I didn't say.
You don't believe that one.
Right, she needed to get herself together. Okay.
Okay. Oh, she
you
made
it worse with that. No.
No.
Okay. Let me explain.
Ooh, okay.
Now, I am not saying that she does not mean every sense of the word of what she is talking about. She is telling the truth in that regard. But what I want her to understand is that when we place power and influence, value, attention, affection, people's of the opposite sex attention, when we put,
she's back. She's up.
Tito, give me some tissue. Go ahead.
You all right?
I think it'll be all right. Rashida, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Rashida, because we sure didn't need that message coming through at that moment. Okay. Now, do I know that she meant that? She meant 100% of it. The problem is that the context is wrong. And let's just say, for her to be that aware and that empowered, and if I were to ask her, then why would you take the melanin out of your hair? Right? Now, because I need to ask everybody on the podcast, where is your natural state? Is it in the melanin or is it in the coil? I'm asking you, is your blackness in the melanin or is it in coil, the thickness of your lips, the whiteness of your nose? Where is your blackness?
It's in all of me.
Wait a minute. You said where is the naturalness? Is it in the melanin or is it in the
Is your blackness that makes you African descending? Is it in the multiple dominance of the feature, or is it in the quantitative amount of melanin?
I'm gonna go with melanin.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. The chat is going. Hold on, Cheryl. What's up, Kondo Kafele? He says, all of the above. Live, work, clean. Says all. Okay. So maybe we got 50-50. They're still coming through. Kafele says, but it starts in his consciousness. What's up, my
but that's a very good answer. That's a very good answer.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe her, because what she said sounded very good, but it was void of true empowerment because she did not believe that. And let me just say this, and if I ever had the chance to tell India.Re, I am not my hair is a very dangerous, degrading song. Very degrading and because at the end of the day, I can acknowledge if someone were to pull my hair and then for me to walk away from them and say, aha, that didn't hurt me. I'm not my hair. Bitch, I'm fucking you up. Straight up. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. My black ass mind. You touch my, you know what I mean? The point here is we have got to get to the bottom of this empowerment, because I tell you, Black people got so offended when we thought Michael Jackson was bleaching his skin, even though it was not true. He physically had vitiligo.
Vitiligo. Yeah, vitiligo.
Mm-hmm. And so once, and it also was accompanied with elephant man disease because his skin, it was an autoimmune disorder. But the Black people are cruel. But if his hair was still Afro-ish, would you been any less mad if you found out that he was bleaching his skin? I mean, like if you would have been more. Our Blackness, the state of it, where it lies, where is the status? Where is the Blackness? Where is the naturalness? Where is it in the human anatomy, in the human biology? Is it in the human spirit? Is it in the human? And you can say all above. But when your ass start talking crazy, I'm going to check you because I don't believe you. Because the essence and the macro and the micro has to be balanced. You can't be talking crazy and I'm looking at you like, you what do you mean you're not your hair? Then see, now I'm going to be starting getting your ass on the couch when you start saying shit like that. You know, and so even though it sounds whole and it sounds, you know, like sense as you at a Erykah Badu, you know what I mean, concert.
Ooh. Yeah, I left the Erykah Badu concert once and she smoked too much weed. I'm like, girl, shut up and sing the damn song. Anyway.
But once you get there, I don't want you to just go through this ritual of spoken word. I don't want the words to sound good. I want you to really have some empowerment. And I want it to be applicable in your life to where you get the results and the living and the thriving and striving starts having evidence and starts giving you results and to where you can use it to move your life from one place to the next to where you're completely satisfied 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Because can we just be honest?
Yeah.
It's no evidence of any location on the continent of Africa, if you're just doing this in the spirit of Africanity, spirituality stuff, that they just did not manage their hair. Like, I just have not heard that narrative where they just was unkempt and unbothered. And I'm not talking about just hieroglyphs. I'm talking about the kingdom of Kush to, you know, Ethiopia, you know, Sudanese, you know, wherever. There is just no narrative that we or they or if, you know, whatever, you know, if you're, like I said, in the spirit of this spirituality, Africanity thing, that this hair was somehow unkempt and unbothered. And that's not to say that everybody had their hair combed, but when you look at the depiction of how they were trying to portray.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yah Tay. Pride in our hair.
I mean, all the Adinkra symbols, it just doesn't, you know, so that's my thing with the spirituality. It's like, well, where y'all get, like you said, what like, and I hate to be petty and say source it, but where are we getting this narrative that this was an African thing to be unkempt and unbothered? When you go to, I mean, in West Africa, they couldn't understand why would you have a hair salon when the whole total you needs to be taken care of. They could not understand the concept of a hair salon. When you go, you need to get your hair, your skin, your nails, your feet. You have to get the whole, even when they come to the salon today, when Africans enter into a hair salon, they're like, why is there no one here to do my nails? Why is there no one here to do my feet? I need my makeup. They want to do the whole thing, but yet.
Oh, by the way, I just want to let you guys know. First of all, I love Kafele. I really do. But, you know, Kafele is actually a comedian. Kafele said she was crown acting.
That was cute, wasn't it? I love that, Kafele, and I'm gonna use that to the. I'm a wear that shit out. I'm a use it like it ain't nothing to it.
You better stop crown acting.
You better stop crown acting. You should have never taught me that, Kafele, because it's gonna be me, Yah Tay, and Cheryl. We gonna act the fool on it. We gonna tear that up. So yes, we wrap this up. This been going for a good hour and a half. So can we just close out? Yah Tay, you agreed with that. Could you find anywhere in your research? I know you have this wonderful book, and I'm you got your earrings, your you know, all that good stuff. And then sure you're gonna close us out with that. Duafe, yes. And she has this wonderful book, which is her story, by the way, guys. A Heritage of Hair. I love the pictures. This is a really good, when you talk about emotional, this is mental, Black Mental Health Awareness Month. This is a book that will help you navigate, you know, what really might be confusing you about your hair and all this. It's a really wonderful, it's a book that you can like get on the bus with, in the car, ignore people at the family reunion like I'm doing homework, you know what I'm saying? So Yah Tay, what do you say about people who say stuff like, you know, well, back in Africa, you know, we didn't have combs, and you know, we just wore our hair, and you know, we all this stuff that y'all doing, you know, this ain't Africa.
I know that our ancestors were dope. They took pride in their appearance, how they look. You can look at it, the clothing, the garments, how they wear, the headdress, everything. Even coming here, we still took pride in who we were and who we are. I don't know what happened.
Take your happened from your hair. If you
Trish is saying, where do you guys find that? There is we've showed it here on this platform. There is a movement. Just Google it. It's called Natural and Unbothered. Just go over on TikTok and you see it, where the guys with their hair, and it's just, you know, it is real. So yeah, it's look, very Yah Tay, I know you see it.
Natural and unbothered.
Unkept.
My hair looking and unkept. To get it to look like this, I still twist it down, comb through it, and I get up and sponge it, finger it, whatever it is that I'm going to do to it, to where it look like it's unkept, but it's kept. It's kept. You got. We just took pride. We took pride. I don't know where the dignity. I don't know where the dignity, pride, and self-realization went to, but our people took pride in their appearance, how they presented themselves. They just took pride. We've lost the dignity, pride, and self-realization. Some of us, I'm gonna say some of us. The hair hygiene, grooming.
I get it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys. So we groomed Europe. They grabbed it. Now we picking up the non-grooming, saying it's African.
I don't know.
I mean, y'all can't make it. And let me just say this. You taught them how to comb, press, croquinole, finger wave. You taught them all of that. Now, y'all gonna give it away in the name of what? To prove what? That you can go broke. You can lose your industry. You can lose your jobs. You can lose your careers. You can lose your history. You can lose your contributions. You can lose your formulas. You can lose everything. For what? What would that prove? That's my question.
All right.
And let me just say this, and to do it and to lose it, all in the name of a culture that is probably more new than the one you're getting rid of. Because as quiet as it's kept, I don't know any historian in South, North, East, or West, or any Central Africa that is going to put one prominent tribal style over the other just so you can bite off your nose to spite your face. To prove what? I don't understand that why we would risk losing our own personal Black American GDP, our industry, and all of the contributions of commerce in our own Black version of capitalism, compassion capitalism, to be able to be the trade, all the things that we contribute to the Western world, to lose it for what? To prove that hospitality. Okay, and so anyway, that's the point I'm just trying to make. and the truth shall set us free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I hope that not only does the truth set you free, that you will accept the truth and let it set you free.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when it comes to the big chop, what has the natural hair movement taught us is that, yes, you can cut your hair off. And for whatever reason is of course, it's nobody's business of why you cut your hair off.
Right.
But what they don't tell you, and I think Yah Tay, she kind of broke it down for us so poignantly when she said that you got to have that hygiene, you got to have that scalp has to be careful. You got to have that regimen. You got to comb it, manage it, something, whatever you're doing to it, twisting it, locking it. You somehow, some way, or if it's a low cut, you got some hair up there, you're going to have to, manage that hair. Yeah, you got to take care of it. And so if you're looking for something that's low maintenance and no maintenance, I'm not going to put Rashida's statement back up because I just got my heartbeat back down. I think I've got pee on the floor here at my house. And so you're going to be all right. But the notion that, it's low maintenance and no maintenance, that's up to interpretation. But even if you cut it, like Yah Tay said, you got to come back.
Hair care is hair care, hair hygiene. You got to take care of it.
So what you're saying, there's no spectrum to self-care. All of it is within the spectrum.
It's that is included. It's included.
Yeah, like when it's like brushing your teeth and washing your face, or all of that is a part. Like Rashida said, your armpits, you know what I'm saying? Accept and be free. I like that. I like that, boss. Yeah, just accept it that it is what it is. That's what it requires. We're not trying to make this up. You can do it at home. You can pay somebody. And Cheryl just said your children is the perfect guide. Whenever you get lost along your way, just kind of think of what your children, your nieces, your nephews, or your neighbor, if you don't have someone in your home to help you, just kind of look around in your community and someone will be there to help you. We're going to be back here next week, continuing our discussion of what has the natural hair movement taught us about the big chop. And I think our next topic is going to be about those split ends, because that was another thing. Like now they said cut it off, but now they said now it grows back. Now they don't want you, rocking them split ends. So we got to talk about what have we learned? What have they taught us about split ends? Yah Tay is in the chat that we definitely have to have you back again. So if we can have you back again, that would just be so wonderful.
This is a series for the three.
Be informed.
Yes, be informed. And don't forget, you can follow her over on Real Roots. That's with a Z. Let me put that in the chat. Give me the correct spelling so I don't mess this up. REAL, right?
Roots, ROTZ, and it's TV for YouTube, the YouTube channel. Thank you.
All right, so here you guys, you got it. Please, if we got about 20 something, it's usually like 50 people in the chat, and then we got about probably 50 people over on Instagram. I'm sorry, on Facebook. So that's almost close to 100 people. So Yah Tay is good for at least 25 more subscribers after tonight. So let's move her channel up. Her podcast is specifically for female barbers. Now they have a whole, you should hear, I just can't believe how people just treat them a certain way because they're women, and products that are not there for women. Things that they notice, that they see. So if you are in the barbering profession, you want to do this, you're a female, this is the channel you need to be on. We don't talk about these things over here. Yah Tay, that is her expertise. And so we're always promoting her, and we need her. We need you, Yah Tay.
Yes,
we need you, and we thank you very much. And as you can see, on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair, your expertise is definitely respected, appreciated, and we need more of it. We truly do. And I think you do an excellent job. You're not quite as ghetto as Key Lolo over here. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Yah Tay? And then last but not least, we got to do it again. Please don't forget to check out her book. If you follow her over on Facebook and YouTube, you're going to get how you can purchase the book. And it is called A Heritage of Hair. And it's a nice read. It's great for teen. It's good for everybody, male, female. So it ain't a female book. It's an everybody book, right, Yah Tay?
Right. You can just scan the QR code. It's in the code.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Howard, how you doing? How you doing? All right, thank you very much. She put that on in the chat for everybody. Sandra and WeK, you know we love you guys very, very, very much. Our virtual co-host, we appreciate you guys so much. And so you said you've been moderating yourself from YouTube. You have to drop the bar. Yes, but yeah, just still, go ahead on and hook my girl up. Sure, that's it. We're good.
Thank you.
And by the way, I'm gonna look up to become, because hey, I am really mad, passionate with this. I think I'm gonna look into the hair police.
Okay, she gonna woo pull over. But in the meantime, all the professionals in the industry, we're gonna be back here Thursday with the illustrious, and I promise you, if you are into nails or you got some nail issues, you know what I'm saying? You want to open up a nail salon or whatever, the business of nails, Maisie Dunbar is your person. I cannot wait to have her on. I promise you guys are going to love Maisie Dunbar, and she's going to be talking about the business of nails, and that is our theme over on Planet Pluto Pseudo. So please join us Thursday, and again, that's 9 p.m. And I think that's pretty much it. So Yah Tay, you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
We got to have you back on because you are back by what we call popular demand, and they ain't letting you get up out of here without saying you're going to come back. So we got to put you on the spot, okay?
Thank you.
All right. And then right quick before we go, our crew says you got to do this, right, Cheryl? We got like, share, and subscribe. We reached that 3,000. YouTube sent us our official congratulations. They said stop asking for more. You guys are on your way up, but we can't do it if you guys don't keep subscribing, and we so appreciate each and every last one of you guys for supporting us. So again, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. You know what we say, we're signing out, right? We're talking about a whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love, and for sure a whole lot of hair. But check it out. Remember, if you ain't got it, don't want it, can't stand it, hell, you plan on cutting it off, you got them little bald patches and all them bald heads, hey, you know what Yah Tay said, don't worry about that stuff, y'all, because all of that is beautiful too, and so are you. All right, it was good seeing you, Michelle. It was good seeing you in the chat. All right, y'all have a good night. Sure, you ready for the chit chat tonight?
I'm ready.
Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now,
We're coming, get our check.
Cheryl Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
It was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed her. Hey! It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips.